I fucking love it already. And I wasn't even going to say nothing about this. But then I just read it and I'm like, oh my God, that's good. This is gonna be a deep reading, guys. I don't know where we're going with this, but it's gonna be motherfucking deep. Deepest seas. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for tapping in, turning on, tuning in with I, Enchantress the Babbler, on our evolutionary, revolutionary rise of a high that is happening in all goodness at this time. Oh my goodness. It's some goodness. But anywho, welcome. So excited I am to be here. As always, right? Okay. So guess what we're going to do? Of course we are. We're going to play another game because I like it. I tell you, I like playing games. It's just a part of my nature. They say old souls love to play. So I think that's true. You know what I mean? Let me know how you feel about that type of statement. Old souls love to play, right? I find them like mischievous in that kind of way, right? What can I say? All right. So we have our intuition game, and we're using the 3 chalices because chalices, when I think of chalices, I think of love, I think of cups, I think of the emotions, I think of that which we filleth, that which we haveth, that which we giveth, that which we receiveth. I think of those kind of things, like poetry in some kind of way, of course. But 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 today today there is something that I have made, right? Because I make things. For those of you that are tapped in, turned on, tuned in at this moment in time, and this is your first time here, if you played the other intuition game, then you remember, oh no, hold up. You had gotten some of that on you. I'm so sorry. I didn't even see that, but I don't, show a little bit of my stuff. Right? Okay, I make a lot of things, like I said. If you remember Froggy from the last time, jump, 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 up, Froggy. Right? And all the magical properties that exist inside Froggy that I was saying, that everything that I make, even though they be cute as can be, it's the ingredients. The ingredients is the magic. It's the enchantments. It's the concoction. It's the elixir. It's the alchemist and I that gets together with Intuit Divine, and we just create things every single time, right? And for those of you tapped in, turned on, tuned in with me, I get excited because I don't want you to look at me thinking, oh, I'm just bragging about all the things that I love to do and can do and will do and whatever the case may be. But it's because you are too this kind of being, right? You're evolutionary, you're revolutionary, you are talented, you have so much potential, you are activating in so many kind of ways that are dope. And if you are not, then you should, especially if you're tapped in, turned on, tuned in here. Like, what else? This would be either to then trigger you or motivate you and inspire you. And hopefully it's motivate and inspire. But we already know the track that I go and the things that I go and throw, people be feeling like I be uppercutting them. Right? With goodness. With goodness. My goodness. Let them be huffing and puffing over there. You know what I'm saying? Get with the program. Right? So that's okay. They wear a mask. Look at that. I just put that down just to stretch my leg. They wear a mask. Right? They wear a fucking mask. All right. So isn't that cute though, those cards? I know. Those cards are cute. Look at them. They over there. Their mask is mad. Their mask is upset with you, whatever that case may be. But this doesn't have to be negative right now because it's about goodness, right? Because goodness consists not in the outward things that we do, but in the inward things that we are. Period. Point blank. Guns shot, fired. Bam, 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 bam. Right? That shit is like, you know who I think is a good outward exempling of like this type of like karmic weighing? And I don't like to talk about people that I don't know, and I don't know this person, I don't want to talk shit, but just the character that they have presented to the world, we can judge if we wanted to, because they're in the spotlight, they put themselves in the spotlight, they're of celebrity status, and so people know the business that they put out there, and people can speculate upon it, and that's just the way it is. That's part of their money, you know what I'm saying? Like Kim Kardashian, like it's just kind of like with her whole sister, the story that they're depicting, right? And pop culture and all this kind of stuff that people are paying attention to. It's just like how um she's having like a midlife crisis sort. It doesn't, they say these things, but whatever the case may be, but like it's just how her luck has shifted. Right? It's like people seeing you. It's like the witch, right? We read the story. Did we read the story with Snow White? We did, right? We did. We read Snow White. And if you have not read Snow White with me, retold, Snow White retold, I'll put it in this video, link it, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, we have story time. And like somebody doesn't want me to talk about that. All fucking well, right? So we have Snow White, we have Rumpelstiltskin that we did. We got Hansel and Gretel coming next and stuff like that, and so much more. And CIA documents that we're going to be uncovering, recovering, diving into, exploring some more. It's a lot of different dynamics and variables that happen here, but it's for our quantum psychic physics fun. Right? Okay. Anyways, what were we saying? Goodness consists not in the outward things we do, but in the inward things that we are. Point blank, period, right? Drops mic, right? For those falsified, right? But they don't care because they're like sociopaths and narcissists out there, right? They don't care. They don't care. But I'm just saying, like, that's a good example of like consists not in the outward things that we do, but in the inward things that we are. And vapid be a culture. You know what I'm saying? Vapid vein culture. Vapid vein bane culture. It's like poisonous. It's toxic, right? Vapid vein bane culture. Poisonous, and we're getting out of that. We're getting out of that dynamic of superficiality, right? And it's not gonna be a walk in the park, let me tell you, because people are gonna be mad because they want to stay with their mask. But oh my fudging well. Oh my God. I had somebody, and I'm not saying anything like I said, but there's still people like wearing masks, and it's just like they're a crab in a bucket. Granted, if you have a cold and you want to save us from your sickness, thank you. Like, but what the fuck is a mask gonna do? Really? Like, if you fart and it's a stinky one and you have a mask on and other people have a mask on, ask yourself, can they smell the fart? Ask yourself, can they smell the fart? I think they can. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Alrighty. So let us get into our intuition so we could dive in, because me, Enchantress the Babbler, she babbles free, flow dynamic, intergalactic. We transverse, transcribe, quantum, divine. Here we are, ready to intuit or shine. Okay, so here we go. See, maybe that happens to you too. like, because we're multidimensional creatures, right? We're multidimensional and we're tapped in, turned on, tuned in. And so you can be here, but you could also be here. And 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 then you could also be in. And then you could also be here. And you could also be here, right? And so for those of you that are like that, right, where you're here, and so it appears, but you're here and aware. So there's so many transcriptions coming through, especially if you channel too, right? And if you receive in such quantifying ways, right, that just grasping information, I'm just slowing this down, describing it, art, whether it be artistically, whimsically, or whatever the case may be. It's a processor, right? It's a way of being, right? We are intergalactic. We're learning our systems, and this requires us to really process it, because part of the hiccup, people be like, oh, why is the laws of attraction, this and that, and this not working for me, right? Oh, but it's worked for me for this and this and this and that. There's reasons for that, right? And so it's really understanding our energy really, really profoundly, like, and understanding that there's no there's no there's no limit to the discovery of anything. And so infinite be the way. But anyways, what can I say? We're gonna play an intuition game. But what I was trying to say, the point I was trying to make was, for those of you that are like that, right? I used to get real awkward in myself publicly. It used to make me kind of like shut down or not share certain aspects of myself because of how aware I am. And so I always became the awkward one. I always became the, I'm not getting emotional, but I'm an emotional being. You already know this. And if this is the first time you're here, well, welcome. I speak very passionately. You know what I'm saying? So and I giggle a lot. But whatever the case may be, listen, whatever. And I say whatever the case may be a lot, okay? Like, go ahead, record, whatever the case may be, whatever the case may be, oh my God, my best friend makes fun of that all the time. Like, whatever the case may be, they like it, but still, like, I say it a lot. I know that. Whatever the case may be. Whatever. Okay, loser. No, you're not a loser. Don't let people talk to you like that either. I was just joking. But anyways, what was I saying? Right. So for so long, I allowed myself to be made to feel like I'm the weird one or the awkward one, or because of my awareness, because people don't understand that, like, you're in a public setting, you're in a crowd, and how sound amplifies for you, like, like, just think of autism in this kind of way, right? Sound is like ricocheting. It's a vibration. You feel the vibration, right? Then your awareness, all your clairs, right, are just, and you can go anywhere. When I wanted to really understand my own personal anxiety, I've spoken about this numerous times on my platform here. I brought up this example numerous times about riding the public New York City train and testing intuition to anxiety, and being so humbled by the experience of really testing it out. Like, all right, is this me being crazy? Is this, I'm picking up on this emotion from that stranger right there across from me? Is this real? Well, let's see. Let's ask them. Let's say something to spirit. Like if there's something that I'm supposed to say here or whatever the case may be, let me say, and then just you say the right fucking thing, right? Because that's beyond human. That's beyond logic. That's beyond like our understanding. That's like, wow, I didn't know I can say that. And that was exactly what that fucking person needed to hear. And that's all the affirmation that you needed to be like, you know what? I'm not tripping. I don't have this anxiety either. I'm just so fucking sensitive to all the fucking energy all around. And I have to learn to navigate it better. And so this has been years in the making. Really studying it and doing the fucking work. Right? So for those of you even just awakening to these kind of things now and stuff like that, it might be really rough out there because there's a lot of hate and stuff. And then we want to point, we want to blame, we want to identify, we want to label, we want to this, we want to that. We drive ourselves fucking crazy. We really do. And then we find people that trigger us in the wrong way, and then we find a way to blame them or attack them or hate them or roll our eyes towards them, band against them, you know? But anyways, I didn't know I was going to say all of that. It's just, anyways, it's because when I sit here and I'm so multidimensional and I pause for a second or I take a little bit longer or I'm here, but I'm not. I don't know how to explain that. And so I just try. There. Moving on. Okay. If you don't want to fucking hear it, you don't have to be here either. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I don't know if anybody out there knows what the fuck I'm explaining, because you understand what I'm saying about the amplifications and just how multidimensional in your own awareness that you're transcribing a whole bunch of fucking shit at once. It's like a data processor, computer download, input, upload, this, blah, 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 and action. It's a lot. And then I'm being asked to articulate it now that you've studied it enough. You can put it into words. Well, okay. I'm a colorful being. I like using tarot, oracles, and different kind of visuals and things. I've been doing this for years. There's nothing here new that I haven't been doing the last 5, 6, 7 years here on YouTube. Nothing new. Granted, it's trending now and everybody's doing it. There's nothing here new that I haven't been already doing since I've been a little girl. It's just now on camera, right? I was always talking to an audience. I played school a lot too as a kid. I wrote with chalk on my walls. They were I didn't have a chalkboard, but my walls were chalkboards. Got in trouble for all of that stuff too, but I wrote on my walls with chalk because I played school a lot. I was the teacher and the student. Listen, it was okay. I didn't need other people to blame. I have my imagination. It's just my imagination. Oh. I don't know the words. Running away from me. It was just my imagination. Running away from me. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's all I hear right there. But all right, back to this intuition game. Back to it. Okay, so the other day it was the froggy, right? And I made them, and the ingredients inside are absolutely cosmically, quantumly, magically delicious, right? And under here, there's another spirit animal totem that I have made that has all the magical properties that this guy right here has too, right? Great for manifestation, meditation, decoration, charging, right? They all have crystals in them too. So they're all crystallized as well. So yeah, it has stuff that I forage, grind, and do all that kind of stuff too. But it's crystal grind. Yeah, there's crystals in here too. It's in everything too is all not just the ingredients, but the vibration, because it's made in high vibration, and that's energy. That's a musical thing, like so, and they all experience like sound bath healing, reiki, oils, things like that too. Like there's a whole shebang bang, like it's a whole fucking ceremony whenever I'm making stuff. Like it's a lot of work. Yeah, I can do it fast, whip it up and all this kind, but the stuff that how I do it and what makes it one of a kind, and everything's all one of a kind. So even if there's another frog, there's no other frog like this. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, so it's just how I do things. I don't know. It's just that's that Virgo in me, like, and Capricorn too. Right. So anyways, anyways, all right. So so you see the chalices in housing. Wait, how do I say this? In one of these chalices, it is housing one of my beautiful, beautiful spirit animals, totems that I have made. It's a cute little doggy. It's a little cute puppy. Loyalty, royalty, joy, right? Because we are Kuan Yin, compassion, joy, right? Good cheer. Let's do this. Woohoo! You know what I mean? And in all goodness, my dear. Like energy, harmony, right? For real. Not for fake, not for show, for show. It's for real, for real. Like if I'm upset, I'm upset. I don't do no for sure, for show, for show. You know what I'm saying? For show, for show. Right? So it's learning to infuse the alchemy within you so that you could be able to better express healthy, wealthy, stealthy, your best self, no matter what the emotion is, no matter what the experience is. Right? And tapped in, turned on, tuned in, so tapped in, turned on, tuned in, that you're like, oh, it's in that cup right there. I know, like I trust all my clears revealing unto me that which I know I see, even without sight, I see. Even without sight, I see. I got like that labyrinth song. I don't know. But even without sight, I see. Chicka chicka boom bam. Right? So there's a little cute little puppy that I made. That's just a cutie who wants to go back out with his froggy friend. Where is he? You know what? I forgot. Literally. Why are they doing that to me? I should know, and I'm not. I think I know. I think I know. I should know. Next time I'm gonna have my daughter do it, and where I don't even know, and I'm gonna pick with y'all. Okay. And she don't play. So all right. So you have a 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. You got left, middle, right, right, middle, left, left, middle, right, right, middle, left, leftity, 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 middle, 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 righty, righty, righty. Which shall it be? Which one here has my little puppy? That's my little puppy. Y'all know that I be an animal whisperer for real in this world, real life animal spirit team too. I work with spirit animal guidance, operating hopefully with wisdom. But I love my spirit animals. They began showing themselves to me when I was a little girl, and they have stayed with me throughout my whole entire life. I've had so many animals too. I even had a duck, which is uncommon for a person that lives in Brooklyn. Like, who has a duck? I did. All right. So where has my doggy gone? Where can my doggy be? I love my doggy, and I would like to see. Where can my doggy be? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? Are you sure? I'm excited for you because I want you to get this too. And don't beat yourself up if you don't get it. Don't beat yourself up if you don't get it. Don't beat yourself up if you don't get it. Olivia, do you want to play? And guess which chalice my doggy's in? And just say it out loud, which one you think it is. You didn't see me the left, middle, or right. Don't touch anything. Don't touch. Don't touch. Okay, so you want left. Okay, you ready? Yeah. Okay. Is it the left? Is it the right? Is it the right? That was perfect. Maybe she was supposed to get it wrong so that we can get it at the last one. Look at this little doggy. This one little doggy. Oh my goodness. Look at this little doggy. And look at all the magic. All the magic inside. You can look in the doggy and channel divine. You will receive messages you'll know. And you will receive it. You'll feel it in your soul. Because you'll know it's like a seeing scribe. The doggy comes magically alive and tells you things inside your ears and licks your face because he loves you, my dear. All right, let me stop. Can you see me when I'm making these? How much love, song, dance, vibration goes into every fucking thing I make. I'm not kidding. You think it's a joke? That's why it takes me hella long to get everything that I would do. Would take somebody less time, takes me more time because I do so much extra shit. People have told me all the time, you don't need to do that. I'm like, shut up. I never said shut up, but I'm just saying, shut up. Like, let me be. So what? I take longer. Okay, turtle. Okay, right? I take longer to carry this, but I carry the shit on my back. Right? So that was fun. Did you get it right? Who got it right? I want to know who got it right. Be honest. Don't be a liar. Okay, I don't like that. Like, I'm not gonna like hate you if you lie and stuff, but I'm gonna see through that. Like, lies have a certain sense, right? They have a certain sight too. Like, you may not know it, you may not be able to prove it and all this kind of stuff, and people will stand their fucking ground and be like, and they will die with their lie. But it has a scent, taste, smell. Like, it just, when you know, you know. You know what I mean? Right? So we want to nurture the goodness here. Right? Goodness consists not in the outward things we do, but in the inward things we are. By far. You are beautiful. Shining stars. Like, the discipline of writing something down is the first step toward making it happen. So that was so funny, right? Because my daughter made me laugh, right? So we went to the supermarket, right? And so this is my daughter is all about, like, I make the list and I do those kind of things too, right? But every single time we go to the supermarket, she always makes it a thing that I get the most things, right? I'm always getting the most, right? Like, she's very minimalist, very get what you need, don't be wasteful type stuff. And great, great. She got raised well. Who's her parents? Good for her. Good for her, right? Good for her. So she's always like checking me, and I'm always like, stay your grocery lane. Like, what the fudge? Like, I don't understand. Like, stay your lane. Like, why do you have to clock and dock that which I grab? Like, focus on what you're getting, right? So, what was the whole point of that? I have like old friend crew going, she always does that. She'll be in the middle of a story and then she just forgets what she's saying. That's because I was explaining to you in the beginning of this video the multidimensionality to me and how it be, and I'm just so aware. And then it was like everywhere, and then I'd be like, huh, what was I saying? So so but so every single time we go to the supermarket, she goes off her list and gets what's on her list and is proud of that, right? Good for her. I never make a list. And sometimes I forget things. And I get more things than I need. So it sometimes, right? So when I'm rushing or get there with a purpose. And even when I'm there with a purpose, I still don't have a list. So we get to the supermarket, and for whatever reason, it's just because we're doing things differently, and we got to think about that. The discipline of writing something down is the first step toward making it happen, right? I've never been one for grocery lists, but I have a whole bunch of other motherfucking type of lists you want to see, right? There's a lot of to-do lists, right? It's never really, I'm not saying I've never made a grocery list. I do, but those just don't, that one just never really sticks with me. So before we go in to the place, I'm writing down what I need. Now, be quiet. Like, whether I got stuck to that list or not, and I can't say I didn't get extra, whatever the case may be, but it was much less extra than when I go wild and don't have a list. But either way, so when I was writing my list, I had no idea that she too was writing her list. And then she's like, "Oh, so you're writing a list now? You always want to be like me." So I thought that was cute. And I'm just like, whatever, whatever, whatever. And so people like that. And I think, even like, I'm not saying her the younger generation too. I feel like there is the thing like that. Everybody's like, are you copying me? But like, dude, everything is recycled. Right, Dan. Solitude. Like, okay, maybe some of you too could be dancing right now too, or needing to dance, like moving. Have you tapped in, tuned in with me with my dance videos, my stretch videos, my move with me, my whatever it is that I'm doing, like, from my space to your space, whatever space. We meet here in the privacy of your own space, right? And I don't see you, but do you see you? Right? And the loosening up, it was so cool, right? So this is the summertime now too, like with teaching and stuff like that, with like camps and just like, so I get much older kids too, like when I'm teaching them and stuff like that, as opposed to the typical age range that I'm normally always surrounded by. Like when it's summer camp stuff, I get like 13, 14. So I get like older kids and stuff like that. And it's nice, it's refreshing to see, right? Of how much you can like um influence their movement. And so like it was like even today, right? I was there's movement to the stuff, and and just loosening up, and so them like giggling and stuff like that, because they're doing it and all this kind of stuff, but like to see them loosen up, and they're like, can we do another song? Can we do another song? Can we do another song? And I'm like, I gotta go, guys. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like dancing, dance like no one's watching, right? Dancing like no one's watching. And even if someone's watching, dancing anyways, right? I used to need alcohol in order to even dance publicly. Not no more. It's just like, and that's freeing. That for me feels, I cry when I think about that. 'Cause, you know, when we think about how restrictive we can be for no reason except the scrutiny and the judgment and the casting of the stones that we learn. That's all learned behavior. Oh shit, I'm looking at the time and I gotta go. I love teaching and all this kind of stuff, but it's important to have your own, if you, especially, like, well, anyways, I don't expect you to like yoga, and yoga is not the only thing that I do, but I too love my own personal practice where I'm not teaching, you know what I mean? So I gotta get ready. Right? I gotta get ready. So I just saw the time. Yeah, so solitude, shine time. It's shine time. It's shine time. Let's get a couple of um enchanting charms from our cauldron of love, right? Right. So here we are. Tree. The mountains too. You could be traveling, right? Somewhere else, hanging something too. Here we are. This is like a yacht. I don't have the see, like the hard work that you do, right? This is I don't know how to I don't want to say it wrong. Yacht. Let me see. Okay, I was saying it wrong, but it's a yak, right? And it's an enduring symbol of bronze, strength, willpower, and progress. The progress that you are making in hanging up that which you need to hang up, right? Hanging your own clothes up to dry, right? From being out there, soaking yourself out there, climbing the mountains that you climb, right? The sun is here, the moon reveals. And this is too, like the other video too, with the moon still looking, but this one is fuller than the last one. So it's like something is still progressing and coming into existence, right? It's coming into existence for you as you continue to work on that which you are working on, right? Diligently, like, and something too coming fast, right? This horse, right? Horse like. And this one, this rune right here, it's not, I can't say it. I don't want to say it. I'm gonna butcher it right now. So DAGAZ. DAGAZ means day, right? And it fell right here too, like on top of the sun, which is day, right? It's about awakening. It's about your enlightenment, invisibility, incommunicable paradox, non-duality, right? So it's all about time is an illusion that once realized is lovingly embraced nonetheless, right? So time is an illusion. Learning to pace yourself too, learning to hang up your own clothes to dry, learning to realize that when you operate from this heart space, this flame space, this rooted space, this truth space, this authentic space, right? You shine great. And this is the only way to experience that is to do that which you must, right? It's the polarity of life. It's going through it for the greater good of the experience, even though going through the experience might be freaking grueling, taxing, exhausting, right? So it's the rune of hyper consciousness, the process of concept becoming realized. I love this, right? So it's about awakening your own awareness. It's about your own hope and happiness, the ideal paradigm shifts, right? This could also represent lack of vision, sleep paralysis, blindness, stupidity, I want to add to it, hopelessness, cataclysmic change, a person's refusal to paradigm shift due to their own lack of vision, right? So this is all about attaining the mystical moment through penetration of the secret of paradox or non-duality, reception of mystical inspiration, the gift of Odin, disappearance in the act of becoming the invincible, invisibility as an organizing principle of higher consciousness. I made these. These are on real shelves. I made these years ago. So it's like disappearance in the act of becoming invisible, invisibility as an organizing principle, right, of higher consciousness, synthesis of right-left brain dynamics, transformation of one thing into its opposite, integration of female and male into complete being. DAGAZ is the counterpart to the rune Jera. Both refer to time. Jera on an annual cycle and DAGAZ on a daily cycle. So your daily progression of that, what you do, right, in your solitude time, right, and the ritual that you create, dance, right, awake, right, dance is the expression, like this is soul talk. When you allow yourself to loosen up, that's what's up. And the more and more that you dance, and the more that, right, there was this so there's this this one of the yoga classes that we take, it's like dance choreography too, like whatever and stuff like that. And there's this choreography moment of the swinging of the arms, right? The swinging of the arms, but like in fast motion, and the lifting of the legs, and the dropping of the chin, and the loosening of the shoulders, and the loosening of the hips, and the loosening of the legs, but swinging your arms and shooting your arms out in opposite opposing directions, and the loosening effects of that. And I had like a coming to Jesus moment, because in the sprint of it, I kept shutting and shutting and shutting and shutting and shutting even more than I didn't realize still existed. So there's always more to go. There's always more to grow. There's always more to see. There's always more to breathe, seed, grow, glow, you know? And I think that's a beautiful space to be. You know what I mean? So, oh, right. Third. So Jera on an annual cycle and DAGAZ on a daily cycle. So that what you do every day, the discipline that you do to lead the way, right? Right? Jera is the rune of gentle change. DAGAZ is a rune of bold change. Bold. Be bold. The burst of light at the moment of illumination. That is the representation of this. The bursting light, shining bright at the moment of illumination. It contains within it its energies, the experience called Satori, a spiritual awakening experience common in all cultures. Archaeological evidence proves that DAGAZ has been used as a symbol of light for more than 4,000 years. It is the rune of hyper consciousness. And that's what I was talking about, the being heightened in your own sensitivity, in your own awareness, and the coming of the articulation, you coming into the integration for the articulation of these type of metabolical experiences, right? Right, so it is the rune of hyperconsciousness. Achievement of this state of mind seems to be a relatively rare occurrence in human life at the stage of evolution. Rare. You are rare. When chronicled, it marks the beginnings of the missions of the world's savior on earth. Much has been written on the psychology and metaphysics of uniting left and right brain function. DAGAZ holds dominion over this union, and it is a tool that gives you great potency, claripotency, for present awareness and future growth. It is reminiscent of the leminiscent, the symbol of infinity, and Mobius strip. I'm sorry, my eyes are really blurry. I can't even see. Okay. It's the symbol of infinity and the Mobius strip, timelessness and illimitable potential, as well as an overturned hourglass. The point of poise entails balancing polarities so that all mystery is revealed to consciousness. I was talking about the polarities too within my own astrology, because I have polarities inside my astrology, like my like for example, it's just like, you know, my rising and my moon are polar opposites, right? You know, me and my daughter are polar opposites, like, you know what I mean? Like things like that, like right, the polarities, right, of things, and the infusion of the harmony, that the integration that needs to come from these dualities, these opposites, these polarities, right? So the transformation of paradox into non-dual awareness occurs with DAGA's energies. It is to find the center between two extremes and maintaining a state of mind undisturbed by any mental or emotional storm. At the center, all power is to be found, and equilibrium is a desirable attainment. This practice eventually leads to the practitioner no longer requiring a single right or wrong answer to the mysteries, and many truths can exist complementary to one another. No one single belief or viewpoint is sufficient, and so all beliefs and viewpoints can be progressively abandoned. In the stillness and silent questioning of the mind that is left behind, all truth resounds. DAGAZ can be used to gain absolute stillness. It is invisible, transforming power. So don't feel unseen, for you are visible in all your invincibility. The vibrational patterns of the self or an object can be dampened so that the perception of material things to the human eye grow faint. Finding this point of poise takes great skill and practice with DAGAZ, when mastery of this rune of enlightenment leads down the path of disappearance. Mastery of invisibility leads to the understanding of existence through its opposite, non-existence. An interesting thing to keep in mind is that the fifth arc has no rune for the night or for the moon. These are absences, not things. Darkness is not darkness, it is a quality of the light. The sun is always there. It is our world that spins around and causes the illusion that it is not. I'm just saying that, right? As well, the light of the moon is a reflection of the sun's light. There is little reason to think that the ancients were not aware of this, even mathematically. Darkness is not darkness is a wonderful saying to meditate upon, and will reveal to the seeker that there is no true opposites, as we are often convinced of, but only polarities within the supreme mystery of existence. Thank you. Till next time.